This is Elle Varner, and you're listening to The Biz with D.
All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to The Biz with D. And, of course, y'all already know we have another exclusive interview. And this evening we are here chatting with our girl, Elle Varner. How you doing, Elle?
I'm good. How are you?
We're doing great. Thank you for coming on the show this evening. We do appreciate it so much.
Absolutely.
So, just in case, just real quick, Elle, I want to tell the listeners who may not know who you are. If you guys don't know who Elle Varner is, maybe you know of her single, Refill, and I Only Want to Give It to You, featuring J. Cole, which were great, successful singles, might I say, Elle, and we both love those tracks.
Thank you so much.
Not a problem. So let me ask you, where do you get your musical influence from?
My musical influence comes from, I'd say, growing up, just having two parents in the music industry. My grandmother was a pianist, and I listened to everything from jazz to classic R&B and soul to folk and rock and classical music. I mean, I listen to everything. So my music is like just a mashup of everything that there is.
Awesome. So now you mentioned rock, and I'm an alternative rock artist, and
okay.
I just wanted to know, what is your favorite rock artist? Who's your favorite rock artist?
My favorite rock band would have to be The Clash.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So how does it feel to know that you've accomplished so much as an R&B artist?
It feels really great, especially in the climate that we're in today. It's very, very difficult. And I think that I'm just very proud of myself, and I'm very grateful to all the people that have helped, because it's really because of the radio stations and the everyday people that have supported my music that have kept it going and keep it going.
Right. That's very true. And like I said, your first single was I Only Want to Give It to You, featuring J. Cole, and it received a lot of great response. And how was it just, as it was all going on, how did that make you feel, and what was your, initial thought when it all happened for you?
It really wasn't like an actual moment where things changed. It's just been a exponential and steady change constantly over time. Since the record dropped, I could tell people started stopping me on the street and in the airport, and then I was like, okay, you're becoming famous.
That's got to just be an overall awesome feeling, because, even though I'm not famous, I can relate to the fact of, you see somebody just stopping you and be like, aren't you so-and-so, or they just don't want to speak to you because, like I said, I do music, and weirdest thing, I was at work and somebody was like, oh, I think I saw you today. I'm like, really? And you didn't say anything at all? They're like, no, because I was so shaken, I felt like I was talking to a celebrity. I'm like, boy, relax. I'm like, relax. I'm only David. I'm not Elle Varner. I'm not Judy. I'm just a regular old dude. So I know right now you're on tour with Trey Songz and Miguel. How's the tour going so far for you?
It is wonderful. It is so much fun. It is such a great experience to be introduced to new fans. And I feel all the love from the ladies, which is hard, A lot of times, females will either just hate on you, or they don't support as much as they do for guys for obvious reasons. But I've been getting a lot of love, so, and I sing a lot about unity and kind of girl power theme. I definitely bring the other dimension to the tour. You got your sexy guys, and then you got your girls singing about the stuff that you go through. So it's a win-win.
Right. And, you just actually brought up something that I definitely wanted to ask you about, and it's women's empowerment. What just as a woman gives you empowerment?
What gives me empowerment as a woman is seeing other women support each other. I feel like you see it a lot more with men. Men are to jump on each other's songs, and they're always like, and in their videos and just doing it up for the fellas. But then you don't really see the same thing on the female side. Like, remember when we had songs like Ladies Night? I love that song. And what was the other one? Lady Marmalade. So we need to bring that back. I'm trying to bring that back. I'm trying to bring Nicki Minaj on the record. I don't know who else, but I know it has to have Nicki Minaj and like 2 other hot females. And we just make that anthem.
I know that's right. And you know what, though? I have 2 ladies in mind, and I think you might slightly agree with this.
Who?
Bridget, Kelly, and Brandi.
Ooh, that's hot. That would be hot right there. Yeah.
Because let me tell you, I've been stuck on listening to all 3 of y'all. Like Natasha will tell you, that is all I listen to. And I'm thinking to myself, if there was a ladies tour, it needs to be Bridget, Elle, and Brandi.
That would be hot. That would be so dope. Those are my girls right there.
Yeah, because, I mean, like, I can tell that you guys have, like, a great chemistry just from, like, pictures and stuff together. So I'm just like, yes.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, that's how it should be. We all supporting each other. And of course, we're divas and we want our spots and our things and that, but at the same time, it's like we're sisters too, and we gotta support one another.
Right.
It's a tough industry, especially for females.
Yes. I can tell, just being a guy in the industry, I'm just constantly like, wow, how do you successful women just break through and do it?
Yeah. Takes a lot. It really does. A lot more than people think. People think it's so glamorous. Oh, I want to be famous. I want to be a big star. But it takes more work than you could ever imagine.
Well, I'm so honored to be interviewing you tonight, Elle. It's
oh, thank you.
It's definitely a dream come true, just to say the least. But one of my first questions. One of my first questions I have for you is, are you, or would you happen to be related to the designer Perry Varner?
Perry Varner? No.
Okay. I just thought so because he is uberly talented and he's done a lot in our area and beyond. And I can definitely see them being related.
Oh, wow. That was maybe.
Right. Well, that's good to know. Got that cleared up. Okay. I wanted to ask about your song, So Fly. I think it's an amazing song. And myself, like you, I am into women's empowerment. I definitely think that it's something that's very important. I'm a plus model. And so one of the things that I strive to do is just encourage women to love themselves where they are. And I just want to know, what is your inspiration behind the song So Fly? And is it something that you actually have really faced those type of issues in your life where you felt insecurities, even as beautiful as you are and as we all think that you are?
Well, it's really something that a lot of people don't know. I'm still dealing with to this day the fact that I grew up very heavy and I was not popular. I was picked on. I was bullied. I didn't even start dating till like the last day of high school practically. So missing out on that experience, I realized like that high school experience, and if you're not really dealing with guys like that, it makes for a very awkward and kind of weird if you ever get to the other side, if you want to call it. I don't know, because I kind of I'm figuring it out now. But basically, a lot has changed for me. At the time that I wrote that song, I was probably like 30 pounds heavier, maybe 40 pounds heavier. And it's crazy because even now I've lost all this weight and I still go through the same insecurities that I had when I was even more just off the hook with it, you know. And now I just have gotten to a point where I just started to love myself and love my body, and it really changes everything for me. The kind of guys that would approach me, the way they would approach me, it really wasn't from my exterior change. Of course, that did some things, but it was my attitude about myself before I lost the weight that made all the difference in the world. So that's my what I want to. I know I was like kind of confusing, but that's my message basically. Love yourself and be loved.
That's right, and that's amazing. I can definitely, as I said, just being a plus model, I can definitely understand and relate to you. Just growing up in general, I was always heavy as well, and I went through times of losing weight and gaining weight, and it wasn't until like a year ago, just going at the age of 31, actually, that I felt like I'm going to embrace this. I'm going to love me where I am because I'm not going to allow the quality of my life to be depleted because I'm not enjoying the person that I am. And either way, it's just good to know that, you know, someone as beautiful as yourself has experienced the same struggles, but is overcoming them and is also spreading a positive message for other young ladies as well.
Absolutely. And the biggest thing is too, like, it's really all up to you what you want to do with your body on the outside. You can find the discipline, you can do all these things, you can diet, you can work out. That's how I lost weight. But the main thing is you gotta deal with the inside, or else none of that will matter. Because you see plenty of women that have these incredible bodies or faces or whatever it is, and they are more insecure than half the people out there.
Exactly.
So you have to have that healthy mindset. So.
You are absolutely right. I couldn't agree with you more. Couldn't agree more. And on that, just, you know, talking about the women with the that put themselves out there, overtly sexual, I guess you could say. I want to know, has it ever been a challenge for you in the industry? Because you come across as a very classy woman, but did you ever feel pressure, or did anyone ever pressure you to just come across as just a more sexual creature as opposed to the class that you hold? Or was that something that you just stood for, like, this is who I am, this is how I'm going to present myself to the world, and just flow with that?
That question, that's a great question, because that's another thing that I'm dealing with now as well. I've always been raised to be a classy girl, you know, from my mom, my dad, and I never felt that I had to do anything I didn't want to do, whether it was at a party or with a boy, like whatever it was. I don't do what I don't want to do, and that has shown in my music to where I'm not like on King Magazine, and I'm not posing with my legs open or whatever it is. But at the same time, I do have a side of me that is sexy, and I do embrace that. And you hear it in some of the songs, like Soundproof Room, and I'm trying to find my middle ground, a place where I can still be a role model to young girls, but also represent a dimension of myself that is very natural, like any other woman that's done things that, you know, we do.
Exactly.
It's finding that middle ground. And I'm so sorry, but I got to run to the sound check. It was great talking to you guys.
Yes, not a problem. And thank you for coming on the show. And you have any final remarks?
Just to anybody out there that's trying to do whatever it is, whether it's in the music business or not, I can say that hard work, if you can outwork anybody, you'll get what you want. Absolutely, no doubt. So, all right?
All right. Well, Elle, I just tweeted you. So if you could follow us back, that would be really great so we can keep in touch.
Okay, sure. No problem.
Have a great
All right. You have a great night.
Okay, you too. Thank you.
All right.